Hi, I'm Pox.
Couchguy.
Ragable. I'm Ragable. Ragable right here.
You're watching the Two Smart Guys show, where we normally bring you the latest and greatest in technology, mods, and cracks and hacks, and making them better.
This week is special.
Yeah,
this week is kind of sad and special because just today, a few hours ago, we learned of the passing of Steve Jobs.
Right.
So that changes everything. Doesn't matter what the show is. We got to talk about Steve Jobs. Because on top of the fact that, and I don't know, in my opinion, no single CEO or, head of a company has made more contribution towards development of products that we all love. But I don't know if there's another product line that gets more attention on this show than Apple products, except for maybe Sony here and there.
Yeah, we're always hacking the iPhones, all the different versions of it, and the iPads, and
Apple TVs,
Hackintosh.
And we talk about a lot of the stuff that we use to make this show is either done on Apple or runs in some way through an Apple product.
Yeah, and Steve Jobs and Wozniak, they were hackers and crackers too. That's how they got their start. They were making little boxes.
That's how the Apple One was. And the Wired article was describing how the Apple One was sold, that you had to provide your own case and keyboard for it.
No monitor.
Yeah, they were soldering in a garage. So basically, today's show or this week's show,
they made a box for making free long distance phone calls. That's one of the first things they did. They were tinkers and hackers.
But today's show is basically saying goodbye to Steve Jobs and kind of talking about the things that, granted, I won't lie, I've made fun of him, I poked at him, things like that, because the CEO of a company is a big target, but the man deserves a lot of respect for what he's done for the, not only computer community, but for our pop culture community, and just in general, because even from their early start of their ad campaign of trying to be different with the classic, Big Brother ad, to, all the way forward now, and who doesn't know what an iPod is?
Exactly. It's synonymous with music, or digital music anyways.
Well, exactly. I
don't know what else you want to say. I mean, he was a really interesting guy. He was a vegetarian and a Buddhist, and he didn't let his kids watch TV.
Which I think
because he thought it would stifle their creativity.
Yeah, interesting. I think that beyond the fact that bringing Apple from a garage into what it is today.
Well, not even that. Bringing it from the garage, then bringing it back from the grave.
Yeah.
He had two go-rounds with it like that, so...
Yeah, I can't say everything he did was, utter and complete success, but...
No, nothing can be 100% successful in everything it does, but he took a crack at a lot of different areas that he thought were important, or he wanted to revolutionize or push forward, and that's what it was all about for him.
Yeah, he didn't really have the compromise attitude, so.
Well, and he really did work up to the last minute.
God, I know. That's the really just serendipitous thing about it. Is the keynote comes out yesterday, he dies today. It's like he lived for Apple, and he was holding on to everything just to watch. Just to hand it over.
Yeah, I mean, he just handed it over to Tim Cook. It was only a month ago.
Not even a month ago, I think. Yeah.
Less than a month ago, when he put that letter out saying that he was. At that point, he's too sick to run the company. Wow, he wasn't joking.
Yeah.
So I guess the only question I kind of wonder is, do you think Apple will stay in the direction it's at, or do you think it's going to...
Well, that's always been a big question, and that's always been posed before, because it's been recognized how much of an influence he has over the direction of the company, and so people have asked, what would Apple be if Steve Jobs was not there, and now we're going to find out. And so it's just a matter if the attitude and the inspiration that he left behind will actually motivate the rest of the company or keep it going forward.
Kind of wonder also what's going to happen to the stock price tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to tank,
what was the stock price for Apple after he announced,
It shot down.
It did go down.
Yeah.
It went down a lot. But it came back up because they were anticipating. I think that's why they did the release.
It also goes down whenever he took leave too.
Yeah, but there was an uptick that came back as soon as they said, "Well, we're going to announce our new iPhone." So it kind of recovered from that. So, but on the heels of that uptick from the iPhone, how much is this going to go down?
So one of the interesting things is that everybody found out about this on their iPhones or similar devices that were influenced by iPhones.
You know what? I found out in my Hackintosh. I popped down, I opened up my Twitter, and the first line of my Twitter feed was from Pee Wee Herman saying, "Rest in peace, Steve Jobs."
Really?
Coming from Pee Wee Herman, I was like, what the fuck is going on? No way, it's Pee Wee Herman. And so after Googling for a while and looking it up and reading articles and going over the obituaries from every single tech site, oh my God, yeah. I found out from Pee Wee Herman that Steve Jobs died.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's interesting what people are doing because, like, everybody's putting together like video montages, making blog posts. Yep. People are holding little candlelight vigils in front of the Apple stores.
There's to a degree that you have to remember that Apple is a religion in some parts of the brain.
I have to admit that me and my family, we went over to the Walmart and we put a little flower on the iPad stand.
I wouldn't say it's a religion, more of a persona. He was a persona for work. The lifestyle that people have. Digital lifestyle.
I think the way I'm saying religion is that Apple in general keys off the same, like the need for Apple product and the want to be a part of that has been proven to key off the same point of the brain that religion does. So that when new products come out, when new products come out, some people have to have them, and they have to be a part of the first run of people that buy it. That's actually keying into a religion center of your brain that is part of Apple worship.
So I want to see in the comments, what are you pre-ordering on Friday?
Yeah.
Are you going to get it 64 gig, 32 gig, white, black?
So.
Anybody getting the iPod? Is it worth getting anymore, or just get the iPhone?
Yeah, and this is interesting. Right on the heels of the new, kind of I don't want to say disappointing, but it's been a disappointing announcement for everyone was expecting iPhone 5, and they got iPhone 4S.
Yeah. Well, consider this, that there was nothing rumored. There were no rumors coming out about what the iPhone 5 would be.
Yeah. No, there were tons.
But was there as much as what the iPhone 4 was, though? How much was coming out for the iPhone 4?
There was a lot of case designs with a rounded back again that were showing up online.
Like Mac Rumors had a lot.
And showing that it would have a larger screen. And a lot of rumors of it may or may not have LTE. None of those things are in the 4S. That's why everybody's disappointed. They kind of made up this phone that never existed.
I'm not disappointed, really. If it was an iPhone 5, still wasn't going to get it. If the iPhone 4S, still not going to get it. So it was no difference to me because I wasn't in an upgrade period. So
yeah. Well, I'm still going to get it.
I was more interested in hearing about the iOS 5 features and getting the release date for iOS 5.
Right, but you won't get Siri or the image stabilization or the 1080p.
If we want to keep this one short, just about Mr. Steve Jobs. If you want to wrap it up now.
Yeah. Anyways, what I want to know from people that are watching the show in the comments below, any thoughts on Steve Jobs? What people are doing in your communities when they found out? How you guys found out?
What do you expect to happen with Apple? Do you expect it to stay the path where it's at now? We've kind of seen what direction they're going, or do you think it's going to take it more back towards the mainstream once it doesn't have, truly Steve Jobs saying no, we're going to stay here. That's kind of, and we had a lot of response lately from feedback, and we've been working on a lot of things because of it. So we appreciate that feedback. So follow us somewhere in there.
Yeah,
we're all
subscribe.
On Twitter. We're all on Twitter. I'm at Tommy5C.
At Walking Crow.
And it's at Ragable. He's not paying attention.
Well, I'm checking my iPhone emails.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.